Hey there, welcome back. Today we are once again outside on my porch, and I wanted to bring you back out here again because since the last porch pep talk video I did with some hand movements and encouraging words, that was a few weeks ago, and since then nature has just erupted here where I live. May is really when things truly start happening with the plants and with the animals and the birds. And so you can hear, let's just take a second with that. You can hear all the beautiful bird song that is around us right now. And it is quite likely that we will hear some hummingbirds go zooming by. You can also hear my neighbor's rooster crowing. The hummingbirds have arrived, and that's always a really special thing. My family really celebrates the coming of the hummers. And you know, I was going to have this video just be kind of a ramble, but I realized that for some reason when I'm out here, I can't help doing some kind of hand movement, soothing, hopefully soothing kind of gestures for you. So we'll work some of those in as we go. But I wanted to do a video today for a few reasons. And this will be a casual video, just me, no role play or big plan or anything today. And I guess I should introduce myself for those of you who may be new to the channel. I'm Devan, and if this happens to be your first video here, I'm very, very glad that you are joining us, and I want to welcome you. And it just makes me excited anytime someone new stumbles upon our little quiet comfort nook here. As I say in my description, I just want this to be a very chill, welcoming, homey place, and I try to create sort of a Mr. Rogers neighborhood of ASMR kind of vibe, where we can relax and pretend a little bit sometimes and let things be a bit magical, and most of all, where you will know that you are important and valuable and special just the way you are, which was what Mr. Rogers always tried to impart. So today is kind of a unique video, a unique milestone, because this is the 333rd video I have recorded and uploaded to this channel. YouTube, you know, keeps a little tally of your videos, and that includes shorts as well as full-length videos. But when I sat down to do this, I just noticed, I was like, oh my gosh, we're up to the 333rd video. So we should recognize that and have a little celebration. Can you hear that? Can you hear the hummingbirds? I have two hummingbird feeders. There's one right there and one over there. And they zoom back and forth between them, and they kind of chase each other off from the feeders and have some friendly competition for I just really, really love watching them. And for today, I have the camera turned so that I'm sitting with my house behind me, because this is where I have my outlet and such. And so I'm not really giving you much of a view of nature. This is more of a listening to nature experience. But I am going to experiment with trying to get out in the yard, or at least turn myself around so that you can have more of a nature background behind you. So we'll see how that goes. I really do enjoy recording outside. Today I thought about just doing this video upstairs in my office where I usually record, and I could have left the window open for some sound, but I just really wanted to come out here and give it a try. It's a little rainy today, so I don't think anyone will be mowing their lawn or running any big equipment, which we sometimes run into on sunny, beautiful days. And there may be some sound from planes or from vehicles going by on the road that's up near my house, but if there is, I'm just going to go with it and let this be a really organic video today and not be much of a perfectionist about it. Just let it be some natural, unedited ASMR, which is what I really enjoy. I enjoy it when people just sit down with you and have a little chill time and give a little attention and conversation. So I did, you know me, I did bring a notebook with me, and I have a few notes written down of things that I wanted to mention to you. And the first was about how much nature has really unfolded here lately, that it takes spring a while to come where I live in the Northeast US, but once it gets here, it is amazing. We have the hummingbirds, we've been hearing a lot of owls, and a lot of just birds in general. The catbirds have arrived, which are one of my favorites. And we have a huge chipmunk population this year. They are just going bonkers. They are scurrying and being frisky all over the place and popping in and out of their little holes in my yard, which, you know, we just allow them to have because we like having the nature all around us. And there have been some bunnies in our yard, which is exciting. And yesterday I was sitting here on the porch. We have some sort of chaise lounge chairs over to the side, and I like to sit there and write in my journal and relax. And yesterday afternoon, as I was sitting there, I heard some rustling over in the woods. We have this wooded area between our house and our neighbor's house, and then there's a good deal of woods down over the hill behind our house. And we have a lot of squirrels, so you often hear the squirrels rustling in the leaves, and you may hear some of those in the background. There's a beautiful black squirrel passing along right now. But I can usually tell if the leaf rustling is something unusual, something different sounding than a chipmunk or a squirrel or the usual suspects that we see all the time. And this sounded a little different, so I stood up and went and peered down into the woods, and I saw three, for my 333rd video. I didn't even think of this. Yesterday I saw 3 little baby black bears passing through the woods. It was amazing. I saw the first one and I was like, oh my gosh, it's a bear, it's a bear. And so I ran and opened the door and called up to Justin and said, there's a bear in the yard, there's a baby bear in the yard. And so he came down and we watched, and then there was another, and then there was another. And we didn't end up seeing the mama bear, but I'm sure she was nearby. Sometimes they keep a little distance from the cubs. I'm sure she was a little farther down into the woods. And they were down in among the trees a little ways from our house, so we couldn't see them perfectly, but we watched them as they passed through the woods. and then went down into the lower part of our neighbor's yard and went on about their business of the day. So it's definitely black bear season around here. A lot of people have been reporting seeing them around, so they have emerged. The bears have emerged from their dens, and they have their little ones. So that was just extra special. That was an extra cool thing to get to see those baby bears. So I will keep you updated on any other cool nature sightings that we may have in our yard. We see deer sometimes, and one time, this has been, gosh, probably almost 10 years ago, we had a moose in our yard. We had a moose come trotting down our driveway and pass through our yard, and if Justin and I hadn't both been here to see it, I think I would have thought, if it had just been me, that I had imagined it, because it was so magical. They're so huge, and they are so majestic, and that's never happened since, but I always live in hope that I might see another moose, because my dad has always wanted to see a moose, so I always hope that sometime when he is here, maybe we'll have another moose sighting. So that's my little nature update, and I will keep posting garden shorts. That's one of my favorite things to do, to show you what's coming into bloom in my yard. And I do like to do the longer garden tour videos, but I feel like nature and garden videos lend themselves really well to shorts, because I can just show you the plants as they're coming into bloom, and those are really simple and easy for me to record and upload. So I hope you will enjoy those. And then I wanted to let you all know, because I had posted about this on the community tab, and let you know that the reason I had not been posting quite as often the last few weeks is because I was taking care of my mom. She and my dad have been up here visiting for several weeks, and unfortunately my mom injured her back pretty badly, and she had to go to the emergency room and be in the hospital for a night, and then she ended up coming back here to stay at my house. She had been staying at my sister's, who lives nearby, but we decided for her to come and stay at my house as she was recovering, because I had a little more time and space to be caring for her. And so she stayed here with us for 2 weeks, and she did need a lot of assistance at first. It was definitely a journey for her to get back on her feet and get her mobility back, and so it did take a lot of my time and attention to be tending to her and helping her do her day-to-day things, and I enjoyed being able to do that for her, because my mom is a wonderful person and has given me a lot of care in my life, certainly, and she and I have a really nice relationship. I'm really thankful for that. And so I was able to do that for her and tend to her in the ways that she needed. And fortunately, over the course of about 2 weeks, she really improved a lot and gained back a lot of her mobility. She still has a ways to go to be fully back to where she would usually be. She still needs some help and has to be careful with the movements that she's making, but she has done great, and so she's back over at my sister's house now, which is good for her, because that's where my niece, her little granddaughter, is, and it's definitely good medicine for her to be with her granddaughter. So that was just, something I certainly wasn't expecting to happen, but I was really glad that I had the time and the space to just kind of drop everything and take care of my mom when she needed it. And I was really just glad that I was able to do that, and it felt good to do that. And so that's the other thing I wanted to reflect on here with you a little bit. My urge for the hand movements is coming back, in case you are watching this and not just listening. That it really struck me what a blessing it is for me that I had the time and the space to care for my mom, and I didn't have to rearrange a bunch of things. I didn't have to, be stressed about how was I going to have the time to do this. I just was able to make it happen. I made some adjustments. I didn't worry about recording for that time, and I did make arrangements to get a few things off my plate. But in general, it was not difficult for me to just be able to take that on. And you all know that I've been on this journey the last few years where I left my previous career about 5 years ago. That was a very high-stress job where I did a lot of traveling and had a lot of different roles and a lot of things on my plate and didn't have great boundaries about it, and so got pretty burnt out and was exhausted and stressed a lot of the time, which is why I left that career. And since then, I've been kind of on a journey of figuring out what I want to do next. I went back to school and trained to become a wellness coach, and I have been putting my love and attention into this channel for the last 3 years. And then, as those of you who have been with me here know, my husband Justin experienced his manic episode a little over a year ago now, and he needed a lot of care at that time and had a long recovery from that. And so I was able to focus on his care at that time and on, managing our household and keeping our life going and managing his mental health care and all the things that went with that, and taking care of myself as well. And so it just really struck me because lately I had been starting to kind of get hard on myself again about, like, come on, Devan, it's been 5 years since you left your last job and you're still not working full time and you still haven't launched your coaching business and you're still not making a steady income and being productive and being a responsible citizen, etc., etc., etc. And, I have still been, doing some consulting work here and there, and I've had, my trainings and educational things that I've been focusing on, but I haven't had a full-time job. And I've applied for a lot of jobs over these years, and none of them has really worked out. And each time I have started to put attention into kind of starting my own thing or my own business, something has come up and has become a higher priority for me than that. And so I had been kind of, pushing myself and saying, okay, Devan, get your act together. What's wrong with you? Let's get something going here. And then when this happened with my mom, it really struck me that I was just like, stop, Devan. Stop pushing yourself and stop feeling bad about where you are, because you are obviously exactly where you need to be. The fact that I have had this flexibility in my schedule and that I haven't had a full-time job that I have to worry about allowed me to care for Justin when he needed it. It allowed me to care for my dog Hazel when she was in the last months of her life and was struggling and was having long nights where she was restless, and I was staying up with her, and I was able to do that and didn't have to worry about getting up for work in the morning and all that sort of thing. I was able to really take care of her and focus on her. And then now when this came up with my mom, I was able to just drop everything and get her to the hospital and stay with her in the hospital and do what I needed to do and be there for her and really make what was most important to me, my loved ones, and what she needed at that time, I was really able to make that the priority, and that felt really good. And I know not everyone has the luxury of that kind of space. Not everyone can do that. And so I just really had a moment of revelation, I guess, with that, of like, come on, Devan, really appreciate this and enjoy it, and stop being so harsh with yourself about it. Justin and I are really fortunate that we live a simple life, and we are able to be just fine with Justin's salary, and there's not a lot of pressure for me to be needing to make a big income to make ends meet for us. And so I'm really going to do my best, friends, to embrace this time of transition, even if it's been a little longer than I was expecting, and know that whatever I'm meant to do next, however I'm meant to use my gifts, it's coming. It's coming, and it will happen in its own time. And in the meantime, I've had other jobs to do. I've had the job of caring for those in my life who are important to me. I've had the job of creating for all of you and lifting you up when you need it. And I've had the job of taking care of myself and healing a lot of old stress and a lot of old patterns and letting go of a lot of old stuff. And I'm proud. I'm proud of everything I've done during this time, and I'm excited to see what will happen, but I'm really letting go of trying to control it. I'm just embracing the uncertainty and letting life happen. Ooh, and there's a big hummingbird buzz. To wrap up that little part of my monologue here, I really appreciate you all listening to me. When I share these kind of personal things, it's really helpful for me to articulate it and to share it with you. And so if you're listening, I just appreciate your being there for me, and you're making space. And if you're just sort of drifting in and out and letting my voice soothe you as you go to sleep, that's great too. I feel like that's one of the reasons I'm here, and one of the gifts that I am using is my voice, and that makes me happy. Okay, well, let's see. What else did I write down on my list here? That was a lot. Oh, I did want to show you, this is random. This is kind of why I had my microphone to the side at first, and I kind of forgot. I wanted to show you my pretty new necklace that I have here. This is a stone. It is a garnierite stone, and I bought this at a local artisan shop, which I'm going to talk about a little bit more later for another reason. But someone local to my area found this stone. She goes out and sort of forages her own stones, and she cut it and made this copper setting for it. And I really love it. So this is kind of my early birthday present to myself. My birthday is coming up, and I will definitely use this in upcoming videos as a pendulum and things like that. But I wanted you to be able to see it. I really love it. And also at that shop, I bought this new ring, which I'm not sure what stone this is. This may just be something man-made, but it's very glittery, and I love the copper setting in it. And so that just made me happy to add some new locally made jewelry to my collection. Ooh, there's a chipmunk chipping. And I also have my aunt's ring that has a blue stone in it that I used to wear in my videos all the time, and then the stone fell out. And I finally got the right material, the right compound to repair that ring. So I'm going to do that soon. And then that ring will be back in action too. So, since you do see a lot of my hands in these videos, I just wanted you to see that. Okay, so now maybe I will move my microphone back over to the center a little bit. This might be loud. People aren't always picking up their Blue Yetis and like holding them and talking into them in videos. I don't know how people do that because they seem to make a lot of noise. So let's see. Might be a little sticky. I will move it back into the center more so that I can lean in and get a little bit closer to you there. Now I have both of my arms at my disposal. My left arm was kind of inhibited by my microphone placement. But now I can get close to you, get close to you, get close to you, close. Is it okay if I come in very close and touch your face for a moment? Okay, let's do that. Just pat. So how are you doing? I've been talking a lot about myself, which I appreciate you making space for. But I always want to know how you are doing, and I am always sending you love and care, and wishing you the very, very best, okay? Because you deserve it. I always want you to be well. Do you hear the chipmunks? You might think that's a bird, but that's a chipmunk going cheep, 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 cheep. They're so sweet. Okay, I will just let you. Listen to the sounds for a moment while I look again at what is on my list. Is there anything on the back? No. It's so nice. I do have a video. Ooh, there's a woodpecker. I do have a video from a long time ago, very early on in my channel, where I came out early in the morning and I just turned my camera on, didn't even have my microphone then, and recorded all the morning bird song as the sun was coming up. So in the beginning of the video it's completely dark, and then eventually the light starts to come up, and so you can start to see things, and there's all this beautiful bird song. So I will link to that video because that's a nice one to just put on in the background if you want some nice sounds. That was one of my first old school nature videos. Okay, so let me see, what else did I want to talk about? Rambly. I just wanted to kind of give you some updates on my plans for the channel for the summer. And, since I did end up taking this break, which was not really intentional, but it did allow me to kind of reset myself a little bit. And so I think just trace around your face here, around the outer edges of your face and under your chin, on your cheeks, yes, on your forehead. I think for the summer, I'm just going to focus on uploading one video a week. For a long time there, I was trying to do 2 a week, but that can be a lot, and I want to make sure I'm spending as much time outside as I can, and I do want to work on some writing projects and some other things, so I will be doing my best to upload one video per week. And I'm curious as to which day of the week do you most prefer to see a new video? Do you like a new video on Sundays to sort of help with the Sunday night nerves? Or do you like to see a new video on Friday to help you unwind at the end of the week? I'm really curious, so let me know. Maybe I'll do a poll about that as well on the community tab. But let me know which day of the week you would most like to see me upload a weekly video for the next few months or so. And I wanted to say thank you to all of you for the really nice reception that I got on the face painting music festival video I did, which was quite spontaneous. I really did that on the spur of the moment. I had a big inspiration to do that, a big moment of inspiration. And then I decided to try putting in the background music, which I had never done anything like that before in a video, and so that felt sort of risky and experimental, but I did it. And I enjoyed the process. And I may try putting background music into more videos in the future, ones I do that don't have nature in the background. Or even if they do, that's what I thought was cool about that music festival roleplay, was that there were the nature sounds, and then there was the music, and there was the wind chimes. There's not really any wind today, so the wind chimes are quiet. But I really liked the layered nature of the sounds in that video. And a lot of new people discovered that video, and I had this little surge in new subscribers. So if you're here as a result of that video, welcome. And thank you to all of you for supporting me in trying something new. And that was the other thing these last few weeks when I have been in caregiver mode again, which I was for quite a long time with my husband Justin last year. And it really brought home to me how much personal attention videos and ASMR that specifically focuses on encouragement and comfort and care, how much those kinds of videos really mean to me. And I like doing all kinds of videos. I like doing show and tells and unboxings and, different themes. But for me, my personal favorite to make and to watch are always personal attention and comfort and encouragement and positive affirmations. And so that's what I'm going to focus on doing for the summer, is really those kinds of videos, and maybe some more role plays with those kinds of themes, because I do find those very comforting. Something's making a bit of a racket over here. Not sure what that is. It must be a bird or a chipmunk rustling into something. Ooh, I think it might be a robin up on the rooftop getting into our drainage gutters and rattling around in there. Probably looking for a worm, since there are a few wet leaves up in there right now. Sometimes that's a good place for the birds to find some food and some little critters. So if you have any ideas for personal attention or role play type videos, I'm definitely going to do a hypnosis for sleep video, because that's something one of you suggested that I've been meaning to do. And a lot of you have been commenting lately saying that you think I have like a teacher vibe, that I have the vibe of a kind and understanding So I think I'll try doing a teacher role play because I think that would be fun. And I have been getting more confident with my role play skills, so we'll see where I go with that. Oh my goodness, ramble, ramble, ramble. I've been rambling so much. Okay, is there anything else I wanted to tell you about? I showed you my necklace. Oh, I did just want to share a few updates of other things I've been doing. And one of them is that I was taking it wrapped up a couple weeks ago. I took a 6-week pottery class where once a week I went to a local studio, and it's a local pottery studio which also sells local artisan items. That's where I bought my necklace and my ring. And the woman who owns it is a potter and does pottery classes. And I had taken pottery when I was in college, which is now over 20 years ago, and really enjoyed it then. And so I've just really been I really enjoyed that class, and I realized how nice it was for me to do something where it wasn't for a grade, it wasn't for anyone else, it wasn't to, show off or do perfectly or anything like that. It was just about the process. And it just felt so good to work with the clay in my hands. We did some things on the pottery wheel, but we did a lot of hand building. We made these cool pots, which are kind of curved and had sort of a human characteristic to them. They had arms on the sides and little hats as their lids, and she called them sassy pots. Sassy pots. So I made a very fun sassy pot, which I'm very proud of. And I threw a couple of bowls on the wheel and also made a hand-built coil mug. And all of those things are still at the studio getting fired right now. But when I get them back, I will definitely show them to you in a video because I'm very proud of them. And it just really, really helped me tap into a part of my creativity that I feel like had been dormant for a while. And that felt really good. And again, it was because it was all about the process. It wasn't that I was trying to make the most perfect finished product, but I would just go into the studio, and for the time that I was there, I was totally immersed in the process and not worrying or thinking about anything or overthinking about anything. I was just there with my clay and my classmates and doing my thing. And I just really encourage everyone to try to find a way to get some creativity in your life. The other thing that I've been doing, which I've shared with you all, is I go to my local public library on Wednesday nights where they have free painting hour, and they provide all the supplies. They provide the paint and sketchbooks and brushes and a space to do it. So it's completely free. And I've really enjoyed the creativity of just doing some free form painting and creating. So whatever it is that you like to do, whether it's coloring or painting or writing or dancing or singing or playing an instrument or anything creative, whether it's something you've been doing for a long time or it's something you've just always wanted to try, I encourage you to do that this summer. And even if it's something that you think maybe you're not naturally good at, that's how I was with painting. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not a painter. But I've really, really enjoyed it and really enjoyed the process and just seeing what might happen when I try something new. So I hope that maybe you will try something new this summer and give yourself the gift of some unbridled creativity where you don't worry about the outcome and you don't worry about whether it's good or whether it's the best or anything like that, where you just allow yourself to create and have fun and have some time for yourself to be free in your expression. Okay, well, I have no idea how long I've been rambling here. I'm sure it's probably been a long time, especially since I've been away from doing this for a little while. I never have any trouble sitting down and rambling to you for a really, really long time. That's just something that I like to do, and hopefully it gives you some nice relaxation and something to help you wind down and fall asleep. So, I don't even know if that was everything I wanted to talk to you about. I put my notebook down to get it out of my way. There will be other opportunities if I missed anything. And I just wanted to say thank you to all of you. There's the owl. Oh my goodness. I'm waiting for a moment to see if they'll do it. Isn't that cool? It's a barred owl. B-A-R-R-E-D. Like it has bars. It kind of has stripes across its chest. We're hanging out with an owl. How cool is that? Of course, if I start talking, then it will do it again. And sometimes it calls for quite a while, and then you'll hear another one. Somewhere else in the area will call back to it. I think they're trying to, find their owlie mate for the season. Wow, that's so cool. We haven't actually seen an owl close up landing in our yard yet this year. Sometimes we do see them, but we did see one when we were out on a walk. When Justin and I were out on a walk a few weeks ago, we saw one flying among the trees, so they are around. They're really beautiful. Okay, well, we'll see if we hear the owl anymore, but that was a really special thing to capture in our video. I just love sharing all the beauty of nature with you. I really do. It's just a wonderful time, this season of everything being really vibrant and alive, and I want to share that vibrancy with you. And I just thank you all for your love and your support of me in whatever I might be going through in my life. Justin and I are both doing well. Justin is doing really, really well. He continues to thrive and not have any recurring symptoms of mania or anything like that. He's doing wonderfully. And I will pause every time for the owl. There was also a loud truck going by there for a moment. A lot of action there. But I am also still on my own mental health journey. I still struggle sometimes with anxiety and panic attacks, not as badly as I had been, but sometimes it still wells up on me. There's a squirrel. Sometimes it still wells up on me, and because I have been experiencing a lot of grief and loss these last few months, it just seems like we keep losing people in our life, and that's just part of life. But because we have been experiencing this loss, sometimes that wells up on me and I get really panicky about it, and I think, oh my gosh, I'm going to lose everybody that I love. And if there are people that I'm kind of estranged from or haven't seen in a while, I'll get upset and think, well, what if something happens to them before I get to see them again, and that sort of thing. So I've just been doing what I do, listening to my emotions, listening to my body, spending as much time in nature as I can, doing my daily routines, my yoga and my exercise and therapy and all those things that help me, and being patient with myself and giving myself love. The dog barking next door and the squirrels and the owl. There's a lot of sound. There's a lot in the soundscape here for you right now. So I just want to say to you that whatever's going on with you, whatever you might be struggling with or whatever you might be working on right now, just know that I see you, okay? I see you. I see you doing your very best every day. I see you. I see you being the best you can be, and you are valuable, and you are lovable, and you are so important. You are irreplaceable in this world, you know that? I want you to know that. So this has been a little bit of a mishmash of a video, lots of things going on here, but I hope you enjoyed, and I'll leave you with a little something that I read today. I have this little daily calendar that's a tiny, what is it called? Tiny Buddha daily calendar that has little inspiring messages on it. And today's was about letting go, and it was basically saying that letting go is not giving up. Letting go is just removing your own frenetic energy from a situation and releasing your attachment to the outcome. That letting go isn't giving up on something, it's just releasing control and embracing uncertainty and trusting in the outcome. So that's what I am working on right now, friends, is letting go. Trying to release my need to fix everything, to control and to orchestrate, to plan it out and make it happen a certain way. And instead just trust and be with the uncertainty, be with the discomfort that comes with that sometimes, and be right here in each beautiful moment that I am given, and love myself and embrace all the wonder and the beauty and the mystery that's all around me. So I'm going to wrap this up with just a little bit of me being quiet